play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. If anybody's running short, is going to stay towards the top of the caldera if we're going to come at them.
I have you in the Griff. Griffin.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us, right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4.
It's fine, chill the f*** out, man, it's fine, it's just a 5-star.
Komm, Leute, redet miteinander.
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't die.
Guys,
15 seconds, don't die.
guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Dar, CT, yellow. Okay, go for Charlie, so we can go
There. To your left, there's a... Sorry, so, jetzt guys, hinter die Indie-Pockets,
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border. On my mark.
Left side, come on! Like now, I need strikes on OP barrel. Wire our strikes up.
Die Hauptgruppe rechts, Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side when you pass over.
Overheating is bad.
Both legs on the Griffin. Get the Griffin.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. That was such a
That's right. I'm gonna spawn Lance, you guys in Charlie, Lance, you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Jetzt in die Breite, zieht euch in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurz Aufschaltung, Delta 4, 3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line.
C4 tactical hill, boys.
Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, hab 2 durchlaufen, 10 Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left, Charlie, Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves. Make sure you've got, UAV cool shot.
Hey, here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Deco. Tez on.
Go. Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3.
Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin.
Well, you cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter. They just push up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta.
Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this.
Full pressure, guys. Full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3. Get the fucking arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Golf. I got him.
Go, P3, go.
Echo, go.
Get over on your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow. God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill.
I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's Tournament of Stars Division E matchup between that's not the correct one, between Clutch 2 and 2D20 Salvage Crew. Clutch is coming into this with a win on their 1v1 and they've opted to start Team 1. Will they be able to ride this advantage into a win, or will 2D20 fish for some success? We'll find out soon. I'm Ivor, and here with me is Jormungandr.
Hello, thank you.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so Clutch, let's see here. I have some stuff on here as we get, oh boy. One sec, could you vamp for me, Jormungandr? I have to change my headset battery.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got two really excellent teams. I believe this is one of the first times Clutch has opted to field a second team in a tournament, so really excited to see that. I know they've got a bit of a mixed crew with Dragon from Rims and Gaming Chair, who's coming from Ghost of Nox, GNX. And Utah and 2D20 have just been making a huge splash since they came onto the scene, like maybe a little over a year ago. But they've steadily climbed through the ranks, and I believe, yeah, they've just climbed up to Div C now. They really proved themselves, and I'm super excited to see what these two teams have to offer.
Heck yeah, very much looking forward to it. I miscalculated a little bit. We still got another 5 minutes to go. So, I'm gonna swap us over to the map screen. We're looking at Emerald Taiga here first. While I switch over to that map room opening up, a reminder of what? Oh, Yontel is just counting down the dance. So the this tournament runs a little differently than some other ones that we've seen this year. This one is based on points. It's 1 point for a win. And then there's a scale based on kills, 5 kills being 9 points for a total of 10 points available in a match. So that's something to keep in your head as we go forward. As we're looking at some of the strats, and some of the moves that these teams may make may seem a little bit weird because they are trying to preserve their mechs, because that is more points.
Right, you're going to be robbing the enemy team of 2 points for every mech that you can save. If you think you're going to lose that match, it might be the right move to preserve that.
Yep. That being said, there is, like, you can kite mechs, but you cannot, like, shut down, disengage, do all those things to deprive them of that. So there is a fine line that these teams may end up walking, or they may just run into each other 5v5 brawl and everyone dies, like, immediately, which would be cool. Those are fun.
I'm looking forward to that end of the spectrum. I'm hoping that we see a lot of brawls, a lot of big battles, some explosive collisions of teams.
Oh yeah, and the domination does favor that. Speaking of which, let's take a look at Emerald Taiga here. I have had the map up for a little while here, but where do you think these teams are going to sit in terms of how are they going to approach this competitive problem?
So I do think that if you're on team 2, you've got the longer hike up to the high ground. So I tend to see team 2 pushing like lower ground. Either they're going to go strong E5 and try and force the Fox 4, the high ground position in Echo 2 to jump down, or they might go up Delta 4 and use that Caldera in Delta 3, which provides a ton of cover. You've got like all the decisions to make if you position there.
Sure thing. We did see some fights over here, Delta 3. In some of my scrims preparing for my own match tomorrow, we did see some fights over here on this side of the wall in Delta 3 as well. Delta 3, Echo 3. And just some straight brawls as well. Haven't seen a team try to trade on this yet, though I'll be very interested if one of them does try. Because holding that circle is certainly an issue.
In my opinion, Team 1 has a really big opportunity to get a trader up here in Echo 2, which I think does seal off that Delta 3 area fairly well, but they are vulnerable to that Fox 4 push. So we'll see if they go all-out brawl or opt to maybe bring 1 or 2 traders. I've seen a mixture in the scrims I've participated in so far.
All right, you know what? Both teams, unless they want to start now, are chomping at the bit, getting ready to go. We are 2 minutes ahead of match time technically, but we'll see what both teams want to say. Ace is chilling. I don't know what that means. Still have coffee to drink. All right, I'll give you 2. So yeah, what are you looking at in this tournament? Because you're on a team yourself, right? The Mech Enjoyers, is that Emmy?
Yeah, absolutely. Emmy, we're brand new to the scene as a team. All the players have a fair amount of comp experience, but we've got a few people that are newer to comp, especially in the higher levels.
Yeah, and that is a story. There's a lot of mixture going on here. Who sent me? Someone sent me, I think it was in regards to this match. They just moved up. Pretty sure it was 2D20. Recently moved up. They were undefeated last comp season, so now they're in Div C. I'm looking forward to seeing them. They had some great matches.
Absolutely, and they've really proved themselves, like really solid strats. The whole team's very cohesive. I've had the pleasure of scrimming them a few times, especially when I was on Aces Wild about a year ago. And yeah, they'll throw some curveballs at you. I really like the way they come up with some left field strategies, and they pull them off.
They do, and that is honestly what I looked. I was like, "What are they doing?" And then somehow it would pull off. In the match I casted earlier today, the Euro Dragoons versus Pi, there were some really interesting turnabouts, some amazing mislinks play. in this first on Emerald Vale. Mistlinks, I gotta say, Emerald Vale, a lot of fun to play on. All right, here we go. We're at match time here. I'm gonna go ahead and give T1 5 minutes. Stream should see a counter start above my head if I switch over to the lobby 2 side. Although both these teams have been sitting here for a little bit, they are ready to go, chomping at the bit. I expect a lock pretty quick.
I definitely think we'll see a fair amount of Vipers, if not, you know, 2, at least 3, I would think. Or if not 3, at least 2.
Yeah, for sure. Linebackers also a good pick. Some of those lighter heavies, maybe some Mad Dogs, Vipers and Mistlinks, probably, you know, things with those jets.
Yep,
and that
anything
are fast.
with that speed and that solid DPS, because even with the nerf, I've still found heavy machine guns to be pretty dominant with that FaceTime trade.
Yeah, they're still pretty good. I'm a little sad about the armor nerfs on the Mistlinks, and the Viper, I think, lost some of their armor, in addition to the ammo nerfs for those heavy machine guns. But you're right, they do pack quite the punch still.
Yeah, ammo nerf was almost needed for some quick play and faction balancing, right? Because those heavy machine guns running with the ammo boost was insane.
Sure, but also they made them so easy to knock off now.
True enough.
It's like one or the other. Team 1 locked. All right, moving on to Team 2. You know, like I could see the ammo, but also these are slot starved mechs, so it's and also, you know, there's not a whole lot of customization you can do around some of those things, so it's a little I don't know, not my decisions to make. I just get to play with the toys as they come out, which is always fun.
Yep, and I've seen a few people just cutting down from small poles to ER smalls to, you know, make up for that ammo difference. Other people opting, you know, to get rid of the lasers altogether and go full machine guns.
Yep. Oh, we are all green. But we are not locked yet. So close, so close. There we go. All right, we're going to launch with our first match of 2D20 versus Clutch 2. Catch up on the chat. All right. Let me change the scene. Pardon my toaster. It might be time for a new CPU for me. See, I'll scoot on over here to the Clutch side, look at their mechs. Wanna hang out on the 2D20 side.
Sounds good.
Here we go. They're coming in here. All right, I'm seeing Hellfires, Beagles, Arctic Wolves. What do we got here? SRM Arctic Wolf with the 4 SRM6. Brawl Beagle, Brawl Hellfire, a Brawl Night Gear, and what do we got over here? A Piranha Cypher, so we know that's going to be Brawl.
Nice. Over here, they're going heavy on the machine guns. 3 Vipers with the heavy machine gun loadout. Arctic Cheetah with the heavy machine guns, 8 of them. And then an XE to round things out with 2 large pulse and the 12 micro pulse.
Oh, what a mix. Well, that rules out an XE push. A full XE deck later in the match. So that'll be interesting. I know that was talked about a while. All right, so we're getting both teams looking at well, trying to look at each other, honestly. Leaf might be able to catch a peek here. Yep, and Nopin out there. As, oh boy, name. Meldegagner. Let's loose a volley. 2D20.
UAV gets shot down.
Now we're going to see who's going to push first. Who's going to receive, who's going to push. We've got 2 interesting positions here. Both could work for both teams. They are both set up to receive. A little bit of a game of chicken here.
All right, and both teams have some UAVs up in the air, it looks like, out of their viewpoint right now, so those are going to stay up. So they've got each other's positions made.
Yeah, and it's just everyone's all together. They're expecting this push. Who's going to make the first move? Looks like 2D20 thinking of sending their hoppers around the backs, or everybody. All right, moving out of that trade position. Not going to sit there and soak damage. Are they going to go over the edge? They're going to wait to receive around the corner. Both viable options here. They do it all at once.
Yeah, Clutch had a good trap if they had pushed that canyon, but they're playing it smart.
Yep, more UAVs. Look at all these UAVs. Here we go. Thief of Always, Ace, Redneck Geek, and Dragon 82 starting to push this corner. 2D20 ready.
Full foot.
Here we go. Meldegainer out of the fight for a little bit. Looking for a fight. So this is essentially a 5-on-4 here for the moment. All right. Now we are 5-on-5. Meldegainer able to contribute from the outside. Sorter 67 going down, trading for Redneck Geek.
Looks like both teams are going for torsos primarily.
Heck of a scrap. All right, how's Thief of Always holding out here? Oh, running low. That's legs.
He's still twisting. Oh,
there
and
we
then
go.
he goes. Meldeganger's going completely unchallenged, but is he getting the DPS needed? We'll see.
Yeah, I think what's going on here is 2D20 is focusing on the armor in front of him, right? Like, if he's pumping it out and able to get the hits, that's one thing. But otherwise, he's just sitting out of this fight. And they can essentially 5-on-4. Buckmatic looking a little rough. Turn.
Ace is making that piranha go as far as it can.
Oh yeah, and honestly, first time I've seen a piranha in here. I do enjoy a good piranha, but now we're Meldeganger is getting Meldeganged up on as Ace goes down.
Yep, and he's just got too many angles on him. He goes down.
Well played, 2D20. A nice brawl to start off this match. All right, let me see. I'm just going to pull some stuff up here. If you can talk about the damage as we go, I will get some stuff updated.
Absolutely. So we've got a 2D20, Yuntao putting out 427 damage with the top damage of the match in his Viper. Second is going to be Meldeganger in that Nightjar pumping out 300. Ace in the Piranha pumping out 373. Meldeganger in third. Overall damage numbers looking really similar. I think 2D20 just had that focus and did a little better job armor sharing.
Sure thing. All right, so that is 1 for 2D20. And points. So they'll get 9 points out of that for a total of 10. And how many kills do we have on that?
3 points. 2 kills for a total of 3 points on Clutch 2.
3 points for Clutch 2. Beautiful. All right. Well, here we are. Let's scoot on over to Alpine Peaks. Map strat is up if you want to talk about that while I get these guys all set up.
Absolutely. So Alpine, I find, is just, it's a level that caters to long range, right? Like, you're gonna have to bring at least some sort of traders or really crush down on the speed. Bringing clan mechs into the equation, that speed could be there. Not sure though, because in most of my scrims we've seen at least some mixture of trade and a slight push to take advantage of some angles.
It's definitely got some possibilities here. Match earlier, a lot of trade. My scrims, a lot of push. So these drops are pretty close to each other. It is a big map, but honestly, look at the top of this map, and there's no reason to go there, right?
Yeah, unless you're just trying to get angles, which I have seen a couple of, left field snipers taking those extreme range ER large or Gauss up to the India 9 Hotel 9.
Yep.
But what I've tend to find is Team 2's holding spots in that Julia 8, Julia 9 right behind the wall there. And then Team 1 is going to be holding in Kilo 9. And really how those initial trades make a big decision on the match.
Yeah, 100%. Unless, of course, if one team takes a push, it can go the other way, though. If they find the right approach, you can actually make a good approach from Team 2 going on to around the Lima 8, Lima 9 area. If you don't get too caught out by their traders there, it's a very viable approach. So we'll see if anybody sniffs that out.
If you've got any traders with jump jets, you can grab this hotel, the position in M8, M9. There's some really good high ground that you can force some people out of Kilo 9, Kilo 10 easily.
Oh yeah, and I mean, even if they set up their traders on Kilo 7 for Team 2, that can be a power spot for Team 1, just getting those angles there, corralling them into that little J8 pocket.
Absolutely. So we're going to have to see how they position on these flanks, because with 5 people, there's, you know, very little option if you're outnumbered and you've got 2 people on the wrong side. It takes a while to respond on a level this big.
It does. And actually, that's where the jump jets can come in huge handy. So I'll be interested to see how many jet mechs we've got here. We saw a lot of jet mechs from, I think it was 2D20, right, on that one? Clutch being a little more ground bound. So taking some of those out of the equation, where you just got 1 or 2, we'll see where they end up. But maneuverability also very useful on this map, for sure. All right, I'm going to send us over to the lobby as Team 1 locks. Right, Team 2 timer beginning now. We'll see what kind of adjustments Clutch decides to make here, if any. If any. Different map, different mechs. Looks like they are stacking Alpha Charlie for Team 1, which is, yeah, I would say they're probably going to send someone up I-9. That's probably their Alpha crew. And then Charlie's going to be your hold the circle crew.
Yeah, as long as they've got the angles to protect him in that Kilo 9 zone, he should be good to go.
Yep. Let's see. 2D20 looking to stack Alpha. Yeah, that might be our push around that Lima 8, Lima 9 corridor. Otherwise, there's not really much to contest. Seeing one in Charlie, which is probably our circle holder, just scooting in there to Juliet 8. Well, this will be a good one. I'm looking forward to this one.
Absolutely,
we'll
yeah. I'm thinking we should see some Rifleman 2Cs, Hellbringers. I like the Night Gyre a lot as a mech. I don't think it's a good chassis for this level due to the mounts and just the terrain we're dealing with.
Yeah, you could tuck an Exy up in I-9 too, from like the Team 1 side. With those lasers, great on Conquest because it has a commanding area that it can cover from there and just deny caps, but not so much an issue here, except for pushing that person out of Juliet 8, taking that cover line away. So we shall see. 2D20 having a little bit of a conversation, mostly readied up. Yuntao probably giving them the old talking to. Let's keep it up. And we are green. We're just waiting for the lock, and we will launch.
So I do think that that first drop, you know, there's very little option for trade. It's kind of a fringe. I'm very interested to see how this plays out because you've got great shooters on both sides, and like I was saying earlier, these initial trades will really decide the tone of the match because puts the pressure on if you lose those armor trades early.
Yeah, 100%. And if you can find where their circle mech is, push them out, get that timer pressure on them, it can be a big difference on what has to happen. It's only a 10-minute match. All right, Team 2 locked. We're going to launch at that note. But yeah, as I was saying, only a 10-minute match, so that timer can really come into play, especially as the trades. A slow game, it might come to timer and then to points.
And you don't want to not play around the objective, but if you do lose the mech trade, say you take the circle, but you've lost 3 mechs and only taken one of the enemies, that point trade-off is going to work in the enemy's favor, even though you might take the win.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be very interested to see what kind of strategy these teams go for, given that those points matter. And winning the match is only 1 point, so it is a large trade-off.
Yep, every kill past the first is worth more than the win itself.
Oh, good. I see someone's running predictions. That's awesome. All right. I'll go take a look at Clutch here real quick.
Sounds good. I would size up 2D20.
All right. Clutch with a summoner. What is this summoner doing all the way over here in... Just kidding. I've got, there's those Rifleman 2Cs looking at large laser and Gauss. That's a 2C I haven't seen. We got an Incubus 4 with those micro pulse lasers and a couple large lasers just in case of Virago, and PPC Summoner with a small laser backups.
Well, earlier I was talking about 2D20 bringing some left field picks. Over here, we've got 4 linebackers with the 6 SRM6 and 4 flamers apiece. Mirror builds on all 4 of them. And then Cyborg Hornet is taking up the Viper with the 8 machine guns, and it looks like 5 Clan ER micro lasers on top of that.
All right, yeah, maximizing that DPS for the fight. Yeah, this is going to be a push, but they seem to be pushing up the center, which I think will leave them open to trades.
But Clutch is still getting 2 of their most important traders in position. This is actually looking really bad for Clutch as this keeps going.
Yep,
They still have no sight lines.
Ace has spotted the push, but they're just pushing in. Yeah, they're going to push into this push. This is looking real strong for 2D20 here. Actually, I should keep an eye on those riflemen, since that's sort of the ticker that they have to work with.
They're just now getting into position, but they're already lost almost 10% on 3 max.
Yeah, and even that position is going to be a little limited here as they play around this hill. Yep, there goes Redneck Geek taking the first. That's their summoner. It's like Virago and Incubus. They are holding this low ground in view of their riflemen. Who is our next target? It looks like it's Ramen with the Virago. Ace getting out of there.
Ace made the right decision. He needs to survive at all costs to keep that circle.
Yep, that's exactly it. Cyborg Hornet gonna go test his luck with those riflemen. That DPS and maneuverability could serve him very well against large lasers and Gauss. Meanwhile, rest of the crew goes after Ace. Push him out of the circle. Get that timer going.
All right, Cyborg is spreading his damage all over. Oh, both side torsos open.
Yep, time to get away.
Arm open. Yep, he's jumping down.
They are chasing.
And he is, yep, he's open back. He's 1 touch from the rear CT.
Ooh,
and
there
he goes
it is.
down. Nice shooting on customs chairs.
Yep.
And Ace is doing a great job of kiting him. He's staying out of these linebackers' range, halting their circle count. He's playing it really well.
Yep, I think Cyborg got the call out. That custom gaming chair
fell out.
Yep.
This is the bottle gin should not have jumped
also,
after
yeah.
him.
I think that was probably a mistake. That's a tricky area. Yep.
Yep.
Custom gaming chair. Then Jin. Ace might be able to hang on. They do have the timer, so if Ace can kite them around a little bit, they might be able to preserve, but there's just so many mechs. I don't think it's going to happen, but we shall see. Sorter going down.
All right. They're making those trades well. Ace needs to get in this fight a little bit if he can.
Yeah. How's Yunto hanging out? Oh, Yunto's halved. Jin just hanging on by a leg there. There goes Jin.
All right, and Indigo still is full armor all over. Starts to make his way over towards Ace.
Yep, and it's just a matter of holding. I would imagine they're gonna have Yuntao on circle duty. Although, how's Giggity doing? Just getting picked apart here.
Yeah, he's spreading it like peanut butter on bread.
Oh, they're gonna tuck in. They have well, they don't have the timer. They still need a couple seconds, but they have the points.
Oh, they just got the seconds. They just got the seconds. So that's the win and the kills. Now it's all on Ace to try and sneak a kill in, help even these points.
Yep, or prevent himself from getting taken out too. 2D20.
True enough. Yeah, he could save the same 2-point loss, or could he get a total of 4 points? He's got 2 very beat up linebackers, but Indigo is about full health.
Yep, that Mistlinks I was talking about earlier went 3v1 and ended up pulling out at the end. Just using that mobility against some Vipers and, I don't know, maybe a linebacker. I'm not sure what the other mech was at the moment. But yep, here we go. They're closing on Ace. Ace getting into a position where it's pushable.
The back. Yep, and he just took some structure damage. And he's pinched.
Yep, those legs, you can just pull it off.
He's staying right out of range. All right, he just got Giggity and Indigo to pull back. Yuntao, this might be Ace's chance.
No, here it goes. Yuntao is gonna take a leg, probably try to work that flamer. The flamer's an interesting choice on a cold map. I'm wondering how much heat cap is involved with that. Ace coming around the top. It is an Ace chase. Holding circle now, although there's 30 seconds on the time.
And he's going into Giggity. Giggity's no slouch.
Oh, it was a trap.
And his legs are open. Right leg is primed to go.
We'll open that up again. Oh, there it is.
And right leg goes, it pops.
Will he be able to get Giggity? Giggity looking a little rough. Oh, not
I
rough
think
enough.
those flamers came into play. He
yeah,
can't
I
even
think
shoot.
so. Oh,
Yep.
no. Ooh, there it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Right at the end, 2d20 coming ahead.
Wow. Yeah, the left field strats, I've not seen that one yet. That was very impressive to watch. The linebackers' patience paid off with staying in that circle.
Big time. All right, let's see here. That's another 9 for 2d20. Well, actually 10 with the win points. And then we've got...
So Clutch 2 scraped 3 points out of that with the 2 kills.
Yeah. So keeping it going. It is currently 20 points to 7. Yeah, give me a rundown of those scores.
So we're looking at highest damage for the game, going to custom gaming chair, 430. Oh, nope, sorry, bottled gin, 451. And right next, custom gaming chair, and then Ace right after him. So 3 of the heaviest hitters right there, but not enough to change the match. Much more even damage spread from 2d20 with Yuntao, Indigo, and Sorter all looking at the high to mid 300s. And then Giggity's pulling off 265, Cyborg with 177. Ramen and Redneck just never had a chance with that early gank, 122 and 149 before they went down.
Yeah, those quick kills there. All right, I'm gonna head.
Oh, when you've got linebackers coming at you like that, there's no chance.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with that, and when you're still waiting on 2 of your mechs to get in. All right, I'm gonna start the timers on these teams here, and let's talk about Polar Highlands. We're in the map room.
Well, so I think I'm not sure if Clutch needs to change their strategy for this one, but definitely a flaw in that strategy was getting their traders into position. That at least that first minute while their riflemen were still getting up there, I think really cost them the game. And then after spending all that time getting up there, falling down, I think that was the nail in the coffin. They still might have pulled it out if they could take advantage of those arm mounts, the super high positioning, because Ace could have held the circle.
Yeah, it's a good spot, but it's tricky, right? They chased after the Viper there to get the kill, right? And then once you're on that side, man, it's so hard without jets, even with jets, to stay on the side of that hill. So that might have been, just push over a little too much, and down you go. It's just a question of how much can you control that fall. But with
so I'd say if we're basing off of the previous rounds, we're going to see a very similar strat from 2D20. I think since Polar Highlands got reworked, it's actually a prime map for Brawl, despite how big it is. You've got great channels, really good pathing you can take. So I think it's very much a Brawl-centric map, especially with Domination being the name of the game.
Yep, you can get some traders up on the sniper tower there in Gulf 8. They'll have some shots into the circle there, maybe deny a little time. But yeah, I'm honestly thinking Brawl from both teams. Even Clutch, I think, could Brawl here, because ultimately that circle play, it's all around that center. There's some things you can trade out from there, but it's just so close to get everybody, and the sight lines are not there to really dominate the map quite that way unless you take the territory. And with a 10-minute match, I don't think they have too much time to just wait it out.
And I do really favor that Gulf 8 position. There's some excellent sniper spots on this map, but I think if they're going that tactic, that there's that same risk that we saw in the previous match where your traders are still getting into position while the fight's starting to explode. Yep. I think one way to counter that is to pull back, right? Like the win means so little on this. It's mostly about the kills, and if there's even 5 seconds left on that circle, you can push in when your traders have Overwatch and start winning that interaction.
Yeah, definitely true. All right, team 1 locking. We're going to go ahead with team 2 here. It looks like I forgot to set up to actually click the timer on the last one. But in any case, yeah, I would imagine Timberwolves on this map personally. I would imagine maybe if we're going to trade, not extreme range trade, but probably mid-range trade. And those Timberwolves have potentially the jets. And that 2 pulse laser and mediums build is just brutal.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think the Timberwolf Laser Vomit is a natural fit for this level. You can run it with the jump jets. You can throw ECM on if you need, or worried about Lerms. I think Lerms That would be a left field. I wouldn't be super surprised if 2D20 brought some cheeky Lerm mechs on this, just because you know, they pull out some wild strats.
You know, you said the word Lerms. I said, you know, I don't think I've considered that. But hey, we're gonna find out here as Team 2 locks, and we are gonna launch into the third match.
Even in Martial Olympiad, you had JGX bring a Lerm Highlander to this match. So
yeah, I can see
it. You can make it work. It's
and
it can be quite a threat, especially if you're going for more mobile mechs. Like when you're running fast, Lerms go for legs.
Oh yeah, they do. And I know Legio in Div C during War brought a Lerm mech almost every match. And this is, you know, there's certainly a possibility here. You've got the range, you don't have to commit. All you need is someone to lock. Total possibility. All right, and we're in. I'm over here with Clutch looking at Skull, so probably large pulse on that. What else we got? An Incubus, another Orion A, here's an Xe, and another Orion A. Let's see what are on those as they drop. The Orion A's are Brawl, Xe is PPC, and Laser Fist, of course, and a Saber with some heavy machine guns, SRMs, and pulse lasers. So bunch of Brawl coming over here from Clutch. What do we got over there on 2D20?
We're looking at 2 Executioners with the 2 large pulse and the micro pulse lasers to back it up and give it that extra punch close range. And it looks like they're using the last of their linebackers. I had misspoke last match when I said they brought 4. They actually brought 3 and a Hellbringer. So 2 more linebackers this time around to finish off their 5, and then Leaf and an Arctic Cheetah. In that match, that build he brought with the first match, 8 heavy machine guns.
All right, so what are we looking on those X's? Are those
2 large pulse
pulses?
and the micro pulse to back it up. So yeah, they opted for the pulse instead of the PPCs, which is going to help them a little bit with that pinpoint and just timing it all if they're focusing on, you know, 300-meter brawl range.
Yeah, and this is wild. This happened before. There was some significant countdown after both teams were in the circle marked on the minimap. So there's some score weirdness going on here, at least some map marking weirdness in this. But Clutch coming out with 9 seconds on the clock, waiting for their SRM and ballistics brawlers to get into positions. This is sort of the missiles and DACA versus energy. Actually, those linebackers could have SRMs, right? Those are probably SRMs and flamers.
Yep, it's the same build,
Yep.
SRMs and flamers. I think they're getting that build from Giggity, which is passed down from the KDCM Book of Lore.
Yeah, it's a fun build. The flamers, though, I could go with a little more damage personally, but certainly in some situations, it's wonderful. Here we go, starting up this this fight on the south of the map here. 2D20 getting in position, surrounding a little pocket of Clutch here. And firming it up.
Redneck taking the full brunt of this push here.
Yep, Tear also taking a lot of hits. Tear and Yuntao, those linebackers already at 60%.
They're doing a good job rotating their armor around.
Yep, and here goes the push into the middle of them. They're really going to try to seal the deal on Redneck there.
Oh, Chair's getting back shots, but also getting back shots himself. This is insanity.
Yeah, I don't even know how to call this. Well, let's see. Yuntao's got to be about dead here. No, Yuntao's almost halved, but not yet dead.
Oh, Buckmatic making a great move, tying up 2 mechs while the rest of the mechs keep on cleaning up.
Yeah, will they be able to...
That was a good trade. Yep, all right.
Yeah, there goes Ace.
Utonians have 2 mechs in the red, though.
They do.
There's a big armor difference.
But there's also a big mech difference and a lot of... Yeah, it is 4-on-1 right now. It is just a matter of attrition here. Wow.
Oh,
so
man.
fast. You know, the my Team 2 timer just clicked. That's what that sound was on the stream as this ended. 5 minutes from Team 1 lock.
Man. Yeah, that was short and sweet.
Oof.
Chaotic.
All right, let's see here.
All right, I'll update the scoreboard if you want to read out scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here. We've got Tearing the linebacker 3 set. Honestly, everyone in 2D20 is around 300, 250, 182 from the shard. I mean, you know, weight difference. Custom gaming chair with that Orion 725. Really the outlier, but unfortunately not enough here. Let's see. Scoot on over the scoreboard. Yeah, otherwise, honestly, pretty good damage spread. A lot of damage from Clutch, but it must have just been spread around by 2D20 so much.
Yeah, so what I've definitely noticed is 2D20 is an excellent job of armor sharing. They rotate their mechs in and out very efficiently, and they do a great job twisting. It really pays off in those prolonged brawls.
All right, I'm gonna set us over to the map room here. You may have to change the map there. Here we go. Frozen City next on Assault. But I got sites to switch here, so 1 second here.
So just as a quick update on the total match points accumulated, we've got Clutch 2 coming in with a total of 8 points right now, having won the 1v1, 2 kills in the first match, 2 kills in the second match, and 1 kill in that last match. And 2D20 jumping ahead with the 3 wins equaling 1 point apiece, but also the 5 cleanups on kills equaling 9 points each. So they're coming in at 30, so it's 8-30 right now.
Wow, that's a big difference. But hey, these things could turn around. There's still 20 points on the board.
Oh, absolutely, and we've got excellent pilots on both sides. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, by game 5 it's you know, evened out completely.
Yeah. Really looking forward to seeing how this one goes. But here we are in Frozen City Assault now. Different sides. Team 1. Let's make sure we got that updated on the scoreboard. Yes. Yes, this should be Clutch. No, 2D20 now is Team 1. There we go. So that should update my overlay shortly. But yeah, let's talk Frozen City here for a minute. I've seen a lot of pushes on this map. Not gonna lie, it is one of those trade maps, but one team will push over, the other one will either rotate around, or they'll try to hold against a push. It's just a matter of finding that right spot. You know these two teams better than I. What do you think? What are these two teams gonna do?
I mean, I think that 2D20 is going to be sticking with what works and probably going full brawl to the wall, you know, again on this match. I'm curious to see what Clutch 2 does, because I know they've got a lot of really excellent traders, so that's kind of their comfort zone. But we'll see if they mix that up, if they've got some brawl, or if they're just going to be more ready to receive those brawls. Being on Team 2, I'd say it's a little harder to receive the brawls because you've got all that those buildings. You can pull some sneaky flanks from Delta 5, pushing up into the city Echo 4, and you've got cover, you know, that you can jump from and to. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. If they are going trade, I think one of the repeated problems we're seeing just in Tournament of Stars in general is that trade mechs, you know, are oftentimes walking at 64, 80 kph maybe, but your brawlers are going 90 plus most of the time.
Yeah, you're gonna get closed on. You gotta leg some mechs, take them out of the fight, slow them down. You have to find that open area. You need to spot it soon, and you need to start moving. That seems to be the thing. Teams that hang around too long are gonna get caught by that push 100% of the time.
And we do keep seeing that very even damage spread between the teams. So just a little more focus, like you mentioned, legs would be a great response once they identify a brawl pushing into them.
Yeah, and while moving, like you got to move. I know Team 1, we can still see the map, so we can still mark them. But let me see here. Let me get, so like Team 1, a lot of the traders will start out Fox 7, Golf 7, maybe considering Echo 7 on the faster mechs, but like I've seen the Team 1 just rotate around in a Golf 5. Got to be careful of losing the assault cap. But that's enough of my ramblings. Both teams locked beautifully quick. We're going to go ahead and launch into it. And Assault a little different, giving you the breathing room to trade, versus Domination, which really forces you into the middle of the map. So we'll see how each team takes advantage of that. Head on over to the 2D20 side here. Also, I want to make a comment here. Both these teams showing incredible sportsmanship in the tickets as well as the pregame. Like this is some of the best of the community, right? We are competing. We are still keeping it nice. Let's see here. We've got some Orions from 2D20, Brawling Orions, a 4-pack of them. And an Exy. So 2D20 going for a brawl.
And I am loving what I'm seeing over here on Clutch. We are seeing them spend all 5 of their linebackers locked, loaded, ready to just jam into the other team.
Here we go.
Love this.
This is going to be brawl on brawl. Hang on, let me check out the Exy real quick. What are we running? Large pulse. All right, large pulse, 10 micros. So not looking to stay back at all. Looking to get in there with the mix. I think ultimately those Orion's going to have a little bit of the armor advantage. Plus with the Exy, but those linebackers, they'll shut it down.
So we're seeing a bit of like a callback. Most of these linebackers are running the medium pulse build, which I do really like. You've got that pinpoint, a little extra range, but you know, it's not quite the straight DPS, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this compared to the SRM linebackers, which they've got a few mingled in there.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good. I was going to say a mix of that can work real well because that SRM will shave the armor. Those pinpoint will finish the deal. And here comes the linebackers in a line with Clutch set up to receive them. They got a good spot on them early on. And here we go. Clutch trying to, 2D20 getting the line on them. Clutch trying to find their way around that cover, cutting off Sorter a little bit. And here we are. We are in the mix, everybody. Can I turn the map off? We don't need the map.
Chair goes down. First casualty of war.
Yep, that linebacker focused down, probably on those legs. Yep, both legs gone. Yuntao, a little roughed up in this Orion. Thief of Always harassing him, trying to get that leg. And yeah, Clutch getting a little mixed up. Feels like 2D20 is able to focus their fire a little bit better. Ace going down on Clutch. Yep, I think 2D20 has the focus fire to take down this linebacker rush here. There goes Indigo Man, though.
Thief of Always is the last to go.
Ooh, wow, really quick. That, you know what? I think we might. Oh wait, this is Assault. I was like, wait, no one's in the circle. We don't need a circle. All right.
No, but you see a lot of mechs were very close. The Yuntao with that leg almost about to pop. Very, very close match right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have gone either way. Clutch just needing to focus a little bit more.
Yep, and I think what we're seeing is you know, a new team newly formed versus a team that has had that chance to be hardened by a couple of different tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely, and really just kind of showing what they can do in a big way. Here, let's go take a look at the scoreboard here. Yeah, Indigo Man going down with 441 damage. Team High went down with that on 2D20. GNX, or I'm sorry, Clutch, with those linebackers, pretty even spread, almost 300. Custom Gaming Chair going down real early in the fight though with only 100. So again, it's in the damage numbers there, but good numbers on each side. All right, we are going into the final match. We are on Forest Colony Snow Classic. Yes, Frozen Colony, the map we all want to see. All right. Yeah, if we want to talk this one through.
Yeah, absolutely. So I find that this is yet another situation where I think we're going to see Brawl dominate. If you do identify that they've got some strong range, you can push inland, either going full tunnel and then into Charlie 4 down to Delta 5, or if you're coming from Team 1, you know, the same reversed. But if we do see some trade that tends to walk out into the water, and a lot of that revolves around the ship, and as armor gets shaved, people tend to push up to the ship, get a little closer to make those trades count that much more.
Yeah, sure thing. Team 1 has some real nice pathing here into, switch to my thing. You know, like you were saying, around through Charlie 4, Charlie 3, or the tunnel, you know, not quite the tunnel. I think mechs will get hung up there, but through there and into Team 2, we might see that. I have seen a bunch of this map with mismatched strategies. I've seen trade versus trade, but I've seen a lot of trade versus push. And honestly, it can be a bit of a toss-up. if the trading team is ready for it and knows where they're going and what to do in the event of a push, they can 100% shut it down on this map. There's plenty of open sight lines here. And given 2D20, their tendencies so far this match, I would not be surprised if they pushed. Of course, 2D20 being 2D20, maybe this is the match that they mix it up and go trade.
Yep, it could be. I honestly, they keep me on my toes as a spectator. They're a joy to watch, and it's awesome to just see them climbing through the ranks and up in Div C now. It's definitely where they have earned their place, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see them, a div higher in the next tournament, especially with the showing they're putting forth.
100%. They are really. I mean, it's early in the tournament, but they rocked Div D last time. Now they're in Div C, and so far it's been really commanding. So we'll see. Definitely a team to watch coming forward. A team to watch for Worlds coming up next.
Absolutely. I mean, 2D20 made the top 30 in last Worlds as well. So, they've already got that experience.
And the way they're playing now, I could see top 12. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, I could see top
well,
12.
and especially they've got the coordination, and just seeing Giggity on that team roster over there, like that's a Div A pilot. Giggity is, one of the best pilots I know in this game. He's really, really good. So just having that knowledge and being able to shoot next to someone like that, I think that's definitely going to help up their game overall.
Yeah, 100%. And let's not overlook Clutch here with custom gaming chair from GNX. GNX, one of the premier faction play units, and certainly a Div A team. I don't know if GNX technically has a team in this time. It's they've kind of merged with KDCM a little bit, so I'll be interested to see how that shakes up for Worlds. But there's some great pilots on both sides here.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's a reason that Clutch 2, even though brand new team, got placed where they are. Is these guys know the game in and out. Like they rock quick play. They know how to focus components. So I think it's just getting those couple of missing pieces of working next to each other in these smaller settings, a 5v5 versus 12v12. But, I see all the pieces there. They're just one move short of getting them into place.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like you said, they're a new team. That teamwork is an important thing. You introduce 2 or 3 new people onto a team, it can just rock the dynamic. Even though your core may be the same. So there's that sort of storming versus, I don't remember what the rest of the things are, but storming, performing, all that kind of stuff. And that could definitely be part of it. You just got to work together. As I've been saying for the years that I've been playing this game, which is somewhere like 6 or more, teamwork OP. You could have the best shooters.
Absolutely.
But if they're not working together, you can absolutely get run over.
Absolutely, and even the best players can make a mistake. So just when you've got that firing line and you've got 2 mechs shooting where 1 mech is, that's the name of the game, and communication helps make that situation a reality.
Although it is a clan tournament, right? So shouldn't everybody be pairing off 1v1? Sorry, moment of lore.
I love that idea though. Like next Tournament of Stars is actually 5 individual batch alls.
So I've actually considered, and I'm kind of putting together, maybe we'll see it next year, but some sort of a batchel tournament. I just crashed.
1v1s are personally like a weak point. I'm trying to, hone and sharpen up. I'd be stoked if you were hosting or anyone was hosting a tournament featuring that sort of environment. I think that'd be great, especially with the loss of Solaris. I know the player count wasn't high, but I am going to miss, occasional events where people would host, hey, we're going Div 4 Solaris. Let's go all night.
Yep. 1 second. I crashed, so we're going to need a radio cast as we go.
Alrighty, I've got. So, match is still loading up. We've got Clutch pulling out 2 Mad Cat Bs. Looks like the DACA build on both of these. Yep. We're looking at actually 2 LB10, 2 Ultra 10s. And then we're looking at Kodiaks in addition to that. That's 4 Ultra 10s, 1 ER-PPC. They've already begun the trade downstream with these 10s and PPCs as they're moving towards the tunnel. Let's take a look over at what 2D20s bring in. We're seeing the last Executioner from 2D20 surrounded by 4 Dire Wolves, all wielding, I'm assuming, what is going to be range. So 2 Gauss, 4 ER large from Terrier, Cyborg Hornet with the same build, Yuntao with the mirror build, and Buckmatic with the oddball, the Black Sheep, 4 Clan AC2s on his Ultraviolet.
Oh, and they're going tunnel. As I just come in here, I see these guys sneaking in tunnel. What are on these Kodiaks? Did you say 10s and peeps?
Yeah, Ultra 10s and 1 PPC.
Oh,
the
Ultra
Mad
10s.
Cats,
Interesting.
yeah,
Right.
the Mad Cats have 2 Ultra 10s and 2 LB 10s, it looks like. So they're going for that maximum trade. You know, if they peak, they want to be putting 50 damage alphas downstream and hide away, I'm sure.
Oh, I find those Ultra 10s so hot on this. I use regular AC 10s in general, but this is going to be a short match, so maybe the Ultra is just pumping out that damage.
Yep, and well, you've got D20 appropriately positioning out here in the water while they're waiting for some intel.
They're
but
looking at tunnel. They don't see
if they
them.
push straight from the tunnel, or if they swing out wide, Yuntao or Gigity's going to see him on these
There
flanks.
we go. They see him.
They're pushing straight out, and they've all got lines, even down to Yuntao on the far flank.
And here, I think what we're looking at is 100% the that use of sort of the negative space of scouting, right? They didn't see 2D20 didn't see Clutch in their spawn. They said, well, only one way they can be going. Since we don't see them here, they must be going tunnel side, and we see them focus Snap Mech down devastatingly quick through the. Oh no!
Back shots on Meld. No!
Did Snap cook himself? How did he die? I missed the
I
kill.
believe he was back shot.
Oh, interesting. I must have a glitch. I'm showing him full back armor. Interesting.
Yep. So I am showing him. Even though his back armor is still showing on mine, it's with those missing components. I imagine he must have, unless he had a heat glitch. That'd be unfortunate.
That could be. All right, let's take a look. Custom gaming chair looking to beat up. Again, cook itself. Those UAC 10s, very hot. I think that's what we're seeing here. And Redneck, the Mad Cats, trying to work their way over here. Buck has taken a bunch of shots in the Direwolf. Let's see how that damage is going. It's spread all over.
Just
yeah.
Trading out of their optimal range. You're not going to be able to focus the 10s in the same way those lasers and Gauss are hitting your component.
2D20 was ready for them. They set up for a perfect concave there. Yuntao almost halved, but that's not going to affect too much. Just a little bit of.
Well, and you see how immediately 3 people are in front of him screening, like that armor share I keep talking about. They've got a really good sense of positioning for that.
Yep, and they are cycling it out actively. It's really kind of beautiful to see here. Oh, Yuntao onto that
good
heat.
Focus on Clutch too, getting Yuntao down still.
Yep.
Custom making a Rorus final stand.
Yep, Giggity pushing up with this Xe just to impose his will on the other team here. So one of those top players just exercising his will here, but going down.
Oh, Meld giving him what for it. That's nice shooting from Meld. Great focus on the exit.
Yep, Giggity guy a little greedy there. Didn't wait for his team, but enough for Cyborg to come in here and seal the deal. All right, that is a.
Well, that's gonna.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's gonna give him at least the 3 points instead of the 1, sneaking that last kill on Giggity.
Yep, indeed. Get those stats published. Do the stats here and out on the scoreboard. All right, yeah, we're looking at Yuntao with this is not the right one. Hang on. There we go. All right, Yuntao with a 484, Buckmatic with 635. Great damage spread on 2D20. Lowest is 364. Snapback in that Kodiak getting caught out, 35 damage. That's a harsh double D.
Oh, yeah, that's
Clutch.
rough. But Meld just tearing off a 683 with the highest damage of the match, making that Kodiak work, showing that at least that that loadout could work.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, the loadout, I do like the loadout. It could work, but they got 100% caught going tunnel. They didn't have any sort of distraction. They went all for it. And 2D20 called them on it. Really, that's what happened there. 2D20 said, oh, we don't see him in spawn, set up for tunnel. Guarantee. Yep. That's how, like, I came in late and they were already in that concave, so they spotted it early. And that's the difference. That's the scouting difference right there.
Well, and there's a couple of cheeky trades the Direwolves got as they were making their way to tunnel, where Kodiak's paused to get that one ERPPC off, and they're gonna lose that match every day at that range.
Yep, 100%. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye out on waiting for interviews to see where folks show up here. But yeah, we do need to get out of the way. Hang on, let me check the schedule. We might need to not do that because I think there's another match coming up right after this. Here we go. Yeah, GNX Hellgrim. Oh, they still have another half hour or so. So if they want interviews, we are open to that. It doesn't look like they may be showing up, so we can go ahead and wrap here momentarily. Great job, both teams. First week of this tournament, off to a great start for 2D20. Clutch got some catching up to do after that, but they did scrape an extra point from the 1v1 as well. So
absolutely, and we saw very even damage spreads overall. Like I think this is a matter of wiping off some of the rust a little bit, building that new team. Trying to actually take it out into the field is different than even scrims. So I think we'll see them steadily improve because we saw all the parts there.
We did. So and even Clutch, I'm interested to see new team. Want to see them cohese as they go along and see their improvement as well, because that is part of the tale of comp. These teams improve as they go. It's why I love comp. It's why I started playing comp, because I want to learn. I want to get together with a team and just do that teamwork thing. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this here. Any last words, Yorm?
No, thank you so much for having me. I'm fairly new to the whole casting thing. I'm just trying to get into it because I love this game so much and I love the comp scene. It's something that has really enriched my life, and I just love to be part of it. So thanks for having me.
Yep. And if anyone out there is saying, gee, I don't know, comp seems so difficult, they're all so sweaty. Well, I will say they're not necessarily sweaty, but they are intentional, and there is a comp for every level. Really, because I think we're going down through levels A through H this tournament. So if you're out there, whatever your skill level, IFC I think went to F.
Yes, it did.
No matter your skill, there's a place for you in comp, and we would love to have you here. So I encourage you to join up. But that being said, there is another match in 40 minutes, Stain's channel. So come on back. I'm not sure if any of the mods are gonna throw a raid our way. But stay tuned, MWO Leagues. There's more matches tomorrow. There's so many matches this weekend. So hey, there's gonna be mech all weekend. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Let's play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. And when anybody's running short, is going to stay towards the top of the call there if we're going to come out.
I have you in the Griffin.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4. It's fine, chill out, man. It's fine, it's just a 5-star. Warum Leute reden miteinander?
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't die.
Guys,
15 seconds, don't die.
guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Jar, CT, yellow. Okay, go to Charlie, so we can get it.
There. To your left is there. Sorry, shit. So, jetzt guys, hinter die Indie-Pocken.
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border.
On my mark. Left side, come on! Like now, I need strikes on OP barrel. Where are strikes up?
Die Hauptgruppe rechts, Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side when you pass over.
Overheating is bad.
Both legs on the Griffin. Hit the Griffin.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. That was such a...
That's alright. I'm gonna spawn Lance, you guys in Charlie. Lance, you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Leute in die Breite, zieht euch in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurz Aufschaltung Delta 4, 3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line.
C4 Tactical Hill, boys.
Fox, Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, hab 2 durchlaufen, 10 Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left. Charlie, a Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves. Make sure you've got, UAV cool shot.
Here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Deco. Tessa.
Go.
Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3. Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin. Well, you cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter, they just pushed up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta.
Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this.
Full pressure, guys, full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3. Get the fucking arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Golf. I got him.
Okay, go, B3, go. Echo, go.
Get over on your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow. God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill.
I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.